Hello and welcome to another episode of Rico'S Rants. I'm your host, Rico DiGiorgio. Alright, guys, I did it. I went through the majority of the Batman films, with the exception of some animated films and Batman v Superman. I'm leading up to Batman v Superman, and I just finished The Dark Knight Rises. This is almost for someone. I was going to do this anyways, but one of my fans really likes this film. Ricardo, this is for you. I'm sorry in advance. Listen, I know there are some people, some fans of mine, who actually connect to this film on a personal level. That's perfectly fine. I do not wish to take anything, any of your love for this film from you. But this is not just a hobby or a passion or therapy for me. This is my unofficial second job. This is a hopes of making a career out of something. This is what I wish to do on a professional level. Again, personal feelings aside, this movie gave me a fucking headache from all the big fucking problems that I have. And listen, I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. I saw this in theaters with my friends. We were pumped up. Dark Knight was an amazing film. Dark Knight Rises still had a lot of great scenes and a lot of great acting and a lot of great action scenes and a good close to a great trilogy. But I just want you guys to see something really quickly. I rarely take notes. I should take more notes. I covered a whole page of issues. Some are good things, but like 90% of this on the page, I don't know if you can see from the light, and my handwriting's atrocious, are plot holes and questions and what the fucks. A lot of what the fuck? Okay, so I will go through the good, I will talk about the bad. And again, I apologize in advance. Ricardo, please don't unsubscribe. Please stay with me. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for anyone who loves this movie. But I gotta do this. Just as much as I was critical of Batman movies that I loved, I have to be critical of movies of Batman movies that you guys love, or any movies that you guys love. Alright, so good things. Tom Hardy made this movie really good. I am not even a huge fan of Tom Hardy. I have a big problem with some of the fact that a lot of his movies, he can't really pick an accent. He always kind of goes a weird direction in his voices and his accents. But he is captivating to watch. And I've used that word to describe a lot of actors and a lot of characters in movies. And I use it a lot. But you know what? I like captivating people. That's why we go to movies. That's why we like to be entertained. We don't want to see someone boring. We want to see someone who's enthralling and captivating and charming. Even if Bane and Tom Hardy's acting comes off psychotic, he's very otherworldly. He's almost gentlemanly, even when he's threatening you. He's very kind of proper, and it's not a British accent. It's very, I mean, I guess it is a British accent, but it's, a lot of people like to compare it to Sean Connery. And really, the voice, I mean, he took inspiration from someone else, but the closest impression of this voice is Patrick Stewart. Rewatch Patrick Stewart, and it's Bane's voice. It's just got the mask covering everything, and oh yeah, that's a lovely, lovely voice. Logan, what are you doing? I said, don't do that, Logan. It's pretty similar. Listen, compared to Batman and Robin, this Bane is very close to the comic. He is super intelligent. He's got a mercenary mind. He knows how to form tactical operations. He knows how to do hand-to-hand combat. He's brutal. He's the man who broke the bat. And we'll talk about that. This had one of the best Batman fight scenes I've seen in a long time. For me, it's up there with Ben Affleck's fight scene in the warehouse or wherever in Batman v Superman. Like, that is a hard scene to top. Probably arguably one of the best scenes of that whole movie. This scene I really, really enjoyed because we knew what was going to happen. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like, oh, the audience caught up, the director failed or the writer failed. In this case, it's both person. We caught up and we had that sense of dread. It's kind of like when you watch a horror movie and you look at a character and then, throughout the movie that character goes into a bathroom or goes in a scene, you're like, this is their death scene. Some shit's about to happen. And you kind of want to see it and you want it to happen. You kind of get that sense of dread at the same time. That's how this was. Which was like, going into us, we know Batman is going to be broken. He's going to get his ass handed to him. And Bane does. Bane fucks him up. And Bane barely gets a scratch on himself. And he is taunting him. And he's having like a conversation with him at the same time. At one point, he's got Batman grabbed by, like, choking him. Picks him up with one hand and walks. And Bane is just like, you were excommunicated by a gang of psychopaths. Like, they're just having a fucking chat. It's amazing. And Bane is just like, you betrayed us. Just like fucking with him. It's pretty. And what I love is there's no music. You just hear psh, psh, punches and kicks and grunts and yells from Bale and oh yeah, la 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 la. Like, oh, that part. Oh yes, I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit or your body. And he breaks his fucking back over his knee. Oh, it's such a good scene. So, this movie had great scenes. It had great actors. Tom Hardy was great. I've said everything I really could say about Bale's Batman in the previous Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Rico'S Rants videos. It's still the same. I did like that they made him older and more feeble and more tired, reminiscent of Dark Knight Returns, but this is a whole different other Batman than the Dark Knight Returns Batman. This Batman's, he suffered, but I like that they sort of upped it up, increased it, made him retire a little bit. But that's also an issue. We'll talk about that later with the issues. Who else? This movie actually changed my opinion for Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I still, hold the candle for Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, but after rewatching it, Anne Hathaway is actually pretty good in this. I like that she took the main inspiration. I can't remember who it was. Catwoman was inspired by a certain old school actress. I can't remember who the fuck it was. It may be Marlene Dietrich, I think, but I don't know, it's someone old school. And Anne Hathaway just based it on the original person, just that screen goddess. I can't remember who the fuck it is. She looks good in the suit. She's actually pretty convincing. So that I acknowledge whatever I said in the other videos. Anne Hathaway actually did a really good job in this. I didn't like the fact that they never called her Catwoman. You got crazy characters named Ra's al Ghul, Bane, the Batman, Scarecrow, the Joker. Fucking call her Catwoman, man. Like, come on. You don't have to hold back. It's fucking Batman. They sort of allude to her character by, in a newspaper clipping, calling her the Cat, as in a cat burglar. Come on. Fucking call her Catwoman. She is what she is. They call her Selena Kyle more than any other fucking movie with Catwoman in it. With the exception of Halle Berry's Catwoman. What's her name? Patience? I wish the filmmakers had more fucking patience with that movie. God damn. Okay. Michael Caine was really good in this. And the reason why is because he was really underused. Dark Knight, Batman Begins, he's very much front and center with Batman. This one, he's gone. By the way, if you haven't figured that out already, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert for this movie, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, just in case I fucking let shit slip. If you watch my shit, you should already know I spoil shit. I'm not going to hold back. Whatever. Besides, this movie's been out, 5 years now? It's about time you guys have seen it. There's already been another Batman cast. Come on, what are you waiting for? Okay, so Michael Caine finally acts in this movie. And he did the Cockney Butler in Dark Knight and Batman Begins, but in this one he shows true emotion. I mean, there's a couple scenes where I started misting up. Only a fucking Batman fan watching Batman can fucking be like, oh my god, Alfred, fuck. So, Michael Caine did a great job at this, and I fully applaud it. Gary Oldman had a couple great scenes. Like I said in the other videos, it's heartbreaking for his character's arc. I mean, he goes from, sort of the only uncorrupted cop in Gotham to basically being one of the few confidants for Batman. But he also carries a weight on his shoulders, and you see that in this film. He has a lot of guilt over Harvey Dent, and for praising Harvey Dent, even though Harvey Dent was a fucking psychopath, and for basically having to lead the task force for years about Batman's involvement. Basically saying Batman is a villain, when it's not true. So, and I do have some bad parts that I have to talk about for Commissioner Gordon, but we'll get to the bad parts later. Who else? Cillian Murphy, Scarecrow, comes back. I like that they brought him back for a small couple scenes. He's essentially the proto-Joker. It was the first real villain, apart from Ra's al Ghul, and we'll talk about Ra's al Ghul in a minute, coming back to all three films. He was one of the bridges for these films. And he just sort of shines in a cameo, and it's pretty good. Morgan Freeman comes back. He's good. And just like I said in the other videos, he's reminiscent of Q in the James Bond movies, and those are my favorite parts of the Bond movies, where Q is showing the gadgets to Bond. I love those scenes. And they fucking blatantly show that almost like an homage, where he's just like, Bruce Wayne goes to see him in his office, talk about, the Batman coming back and whatnot. And he's like, is that it? He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, normally we end these conversations with you wanting to look at something, for like a new tech thing. And he's like, well, I'm retired. He's like, well, let me show you some stuff. And he opens up a hidden room. He's like, for old time's sake. Just very much like, well, let's do the whole Q moment anyways. And I loved that scene. Very underused. And I like I said in the past video, I would watch a whole 45 minutes of him being like, what's this? Oh, this is the grapple gun. It goes like this. Might be boring for a lot of people, but I would love the shit out of that. Just him testing out gadgets. Morgan Freeman having fun, and be cool. We gotta talk about Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is not a bad actor. I do enjoy a lot of his work. Funny enough, he looks a lot like fucking Heath Ledger, so it's kind of weird they brought a motherfucker who looks exactly like Heath Ledger to not double as the Joker. I mean, he could never channel it, but he looks a lot like him. It's pretty funny. Who else? We got to talk about Marion Cotillard. Unfortunately, that's in the negative column. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt, for a brief minute, you know, he had some good scenes. He was a good supporting actor. I had no problem with him as a supporting actor. And he should just stay a supporting actor in these types of films. He works for him. He's not an action star for me yet, but I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe in a Nightwing movie, and we'll talk about that at some point. I mean, look, we'll talk about it now. Spoiler alert, his character's name is John Blake, but his real legal name is Robin John Blake. They tried to throw a Robin in this movie. Didn't really work because the end, it shows him finding the Batcave, and we're under the impression that he would be the new protector of Gotham. Fine. But the way they ended it was not satisfactory. If they had showed a scene where he goes up to a computer and Bruce Wayne or Batman has a message, like a video recording, not unlike what I do, and saying, you know, this is how you can fit in the suit. I made a special suit for you. It looks like a Nightwing suit. That'd be cool. You know, here's some, you know, training montages. You can learn how to fight, blah, 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 blah. Because otherwise it's just stupid. He's like, you know, I'm going to will you the Batcave, all my tech, for you to be the protector of Gotham. And the motherfucker has received no training. He's a cop. That's it. But, and a cop has training, but not like trained by the fucking League of Shadows, not by Ra's al Ghul, the best of the best. So it's just sort of like you're just setting him up for failure, and it's just kind of stupid, you know. And I guess I'm sort of dipping into the negative, but this was relevant. Trying to think of what else before I get into the negative. Directing is good. It's what you expect. I have no problems with the film. Music is pretty awesome, actually. The whole Bane chant, you know, is really addicting. You could fucking work out to it. It makes you actually kind of want to work out. Just be like, batala, batala, Bane, Bane, batala, batala. Just fucking, wouldn't last long, but for a good 10 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, I'm invincible. Okay, and then after, I'm like, oh, fuck, that was just stupid of me. And then just play the music nonstop. Anything else? If something positive comes back in my memory, I'll try and pick it up. Okay, we gotta talk about the negatives. Luckily, I wrote notes. Okay. There are some lines that are really bad. And like I said in the previous videos, Bale's raspy fucking Cookie Monster voice really annoyed the hell out of me. And the whole, where's the trigger? Where is it? Come on. Fuck. Especially since Bane knows it's Bruce Wayne. And, you know, it's just sloppy work where Bale and Nolan are like, these people know that you're Bruce Wayne. Let's have you still talk like Batman. I just would have liked one part. Like, there's a part where Bruce Wayne, or Batman, in costume, is talking to Catwoman. And she does the thing that he does to Gordon all the time, which was Gordon and he are talking, and Gordon looks away, and he turns back mid-sentence, and Batman's gone. She does it to him. And he says to no one, in the Batman voice, so that's what that feels like. Dude, you're alone. Come on, just be like, that's what that feels like. Speak normally. You don't have to throw your fucking voice out for everything. So that pissed me off. It just was stupid. I mean, you could argue that he forgot where he was. Come on. If you're going to do a voice, you are thinking about doing the voice as you're doing the voice. I'm an impressionist. I know this. I can't just fucking, like, without thinking, slip into a fucking Kermit the Frog. You have to be, okay, I'm going to think about what I'm going to say as Kermit the Frog. So, what else? You know what's funny? I don't know if this has been talked about. You know what's really funny? This is the Batman. This is the third Batman film. This is also, if you really think about it, maybe the third fucking time Bruce Wayne is Batman. I'm going to give you a quick timeline. Batman Begins, he starts out as Batman. He's training, and the whole, like, there's not like a montage of him chasing after criminals or stopping muggings or anything like that. He is very much in Batman Begins, puts on the costume, and immediately goes after Scarecrow and, Ra's al Ghul. Movie ends with Commissioner Gordon showing him a playing card of the Joker. So, that means Dark Knight starts immediately, more or less, after Batman Begins ends. And to prove this, Wayne Manor is still being rebuilt in Dark Knight, and he's moved on to like a Wayne penthouse suite in Dark Knight. He stops the Joker. He fucks up his leg when he falls after knocking Harvey Dent off the building, and he falls with him. Explains why his leg is fucked up in this movie. And then he goes into hiding at the end of Dark Knight. Doesn't come back out. Presumably puts his suit away. And all of a sudden, because of the grief of fucking Maggie Gyllenhaal's death, Rachel, and just the fact that he has to remain hidden, remains hidden. Doesn't go out again and doesn't fight crime. Never once did he stop a mugging. Actually prevent crime like Batman would in Gotham. He fucking worked basically 2 fucking days and then stopped. And then came back 8 years later for this movie. No fucking wonder Bane kicked his ass. He wasn't practicing. He wasn't getting better. He just fucking said, you know what? I'm done. I'm tapping out. I miss Rachel. And you know what? That's a huge plot hole. But it makes sense. But no one really fucking realizes that. They're always like assuming he's protecting the city. The fuck he is. All the crime that went away is because of the police. Makes you kind of fucking question, why the fuck did they need a Batman in the first place? So there's that. What else? Okay. Let's talk about one of the big ones. And again, spoilers. Batman gets his back broken. Bane throws him in this giant prison pit. And there is one way of escaping. And there's no restrictions apart from the fact that you have to climb out of the pit, jump on ledges, and climb yourself out. The sunlight is a constant reminder that, you know what, you could be free. And it's all about despair and hope that you could leave. Every man has tried to climb out and has failed. With one exception. But Bruce Wayne, after getting his back healed with a punch in the back, which not sure is medically possible. I don't think that would help. He's got like a vertebrae sticking out of his back. And the doctor, not even the doctor's like sitting off to the side. And then the other dude who's helping him just sucker punches him in the back as a means of healing him. They fucking strap him on a rope and say, hang like that until you can stand. Like, this is the most MacGyver way of fixing a broken fucking back. Are you kidding me? he trains himself. He starts doing push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups, and he gets more and more angry, and eventually makes the climb, gets himself out, blah, blah, blah. Well, how the fuck did he get back into Gotham? You have to remember, he lost all his money. He's out in the middle of fucking nowhere, presumably somewhere in like the Middle East. Looks very Arabic. It's got castles in the background. It looks like a desert. And Gotham at this point has been taken over by Bane and his mercenaries, and they threaten to blow up the bridges and like all the entrances and exits of Gotham if anyone interferes. How the fuck did Bruce Wayne sneak back in, not to mention get his Batsuit, which he was wearing when Bane broke him? They stripped him. They took him out of it, which is kind of weird to imagine. They took him out of the Batman costume and then put regular clothes over him. Ah, yes, I was wondering if it was bigger than mine. Ew. Alright, so, I mean, fuck. How the hell did he sneak in? He has no money, he has no resources. He's not talking to Alfred. Alfred fucking quit. He's not talking to Fox. He's not talking to anybody. He just goes and... Don't give me that world's greatest detective bullshit. This is not the world's greatest detective. He's a smart guy. He's able to think things through, but he's not the world's greatest detective. If they just include a scene of him fucking hitchhiking and getting on a plane and then fucking anything, explaining how he got into Gotham, if he has a secret entrance leading into the Batcave, whatever, that's all we need to see. But you know what? The Dark Knight Rises was fucking rushed. It should be called The Dark Knight Rushes. It's really kind of unfortunate. They left out a lot of major plot holes, and unfortunately, that's just one of them. Where was I? Okay, we talked about that. Another shitty line. Batman and Bane are fighting at the end. This is their final fight. And it's in broad daylight, which is really fucking weird to see Batman in broad daylight. It's bizarre. Not in a good way. Not in like a Tim Burton, like, oh, I'm going to do something weird. This is just weird to see Batman in outside of his normal, like, gothy, dark, shadowy area. Just looked weird. As far as I know, it's the only time, apart from, like, the 60s Batman, which I don't ever need to talk about. Ever. There's a line where Bane says to him, "So, you decided to die with your people." And then fucking Batman, his response was, "No, I came here to stop you." Just a stupid line. And they just, you know, if I was an editor and I read that, I would have been like, fuck that line. That sucks. That's what he's going to deliver to fighting Bane. Bad idea. Okay. One other problem. Batman comes back. How to the fuck knows. He decides to ruin the element of surprise by, with gasoline or something flammable, making a giant bat symbol so that when it's ignited, set on fire, it's a giant fiery bat symbol on the side of a building. First off, you're a dick for burning that building. Fuck you, Batman. Unnecessary. You don't have any money to buy it. You're not like, Tony Stark when, how fast can we buy this building when he's fighting the Hulk in Age of Ultron? Not the same fucking thing. Second of all, you wasted countless fucking, probably a couple hours unnecessarily doing something that ruins the element of surprise. Bane thought you were in the fucking pit, or dying, or broken, or whatever. He thought you were not a problem. You fucking ruined the fact that you were back. You could have caught him off guard. You could have fucking, like, had your final fight with him be like, impossible punch. Oh, shit. But, you know, fucking Batman just likes to show off, doesn't he? Okay. What else? Okay. So, this brings me to Marion Cotillard. Cotillard? I don't know how the fuck you pronounce her name. Miranda Tate. She is revealed, spoilers, to be Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter, and the child who escapes from the pit. And she, obviously, I mean, going into this, I'm like, she's fucking Raz's daughter. They're gonna pull a Talia al Ghul. It's really fucking obvious. I know it's coming. But there's one, and she's sort of, being very deceptive, and she's not revealing herself. Blah 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 blah. And she becomes the head and CEO and president or whatever of Wayne Enterprises because she charms the fuck out of Wayne, and uses and fuck. But she, at one point, they fuck. This is the man who, in your eyes, killed your father. And the whole reason why you're in Gotham is to destroy Gotham and exact your revenge. Couldn't you have done that without putting his cock in your mouth? Please? It's just sloppy writing. And it was almost felt like the writers wrote the scene out, and then once they realized the ending, they're like, oh, well, fuck it, we'll keep it. You know, who cares? No, who's gonna care? They're all gonna come anyways because it's Batman. True, but come on, we give a shit. I give a shit. Why did she have to fuck him? Couldn't she have just stabbed him right then and there? Problem solved. No more fucking Batman. No, she's gotta have to have him feel all the souls and people burning that he failed, just to be like the ultimate fuck you. You know what's a good fuck you? Is killing the guy that you just slept with and revealing, by the way, I'm Raz's daughter. Stab in the heart. And leave his body to fucking rot. Alfred's not there to pick him up, clean him up, so he just stay there rotted. Come on! Chris. Jonathan. The fuck is wrong with you guys? It was just sloppy work. And you guys know better. You guys should have done better. And you guys have done better. You can't give me the Dark Knight and then give me this bullshit. But, you know, the best thing about it, about what you did, is I'm talking about it. So fuck what I say. People are talking about your movie. You guys won. But damn, that was just stupid. Alright. Speaking of Miranda, Marion Cotillard had probably the shittiest acting for a death scene I've ever seen. She did the classic, now my father's work is complete. Blech. Like, not even like a gradual, like a fucking Yoda, just, there is another Skywalker. Just, and now my work is complete. Blech. What the fuck? Can't they just fucking, like, rewind that and be like, you know what? You could do better. Why don't you try one more time? But no, they fucking rush through it. And it sucks. It's sad. And she is a talented actress. I've seen her be talented. She just have an off day. They were just like, alright guys, we gotta rush through this shit. Let's go. You, die. Like, come on. Alright, I don't know what that, I don't know what that fuck that note means. I don't know. Alright, so we'll talk about one of the big plot holes, and then we'll get to the real fucking plot hole finale. The Bat, which is essentially the Batwing in this movie. I kind of like that they call it the Bat, actually. Throughout, a running, reoccurring theme is that the autopilot doesn't work. Batman does the ultimate sacrifice. He takes this bomb that's supposed to detonate Gotham, and he carries it on a fucking pulley thing, flies out away from Gotham, out to the bay, and explodes. He even says before all that, I can't, like, the autopilot doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. And we see cameras inside, and it shows him flying, and he's got this sort of look of peace, like he's doing the right thing, he's sacrificing himself, which is what he says. He's like, I haven't given them everything. He wants to die. Even when I was watching this, I'm like, oh shit, Batman may die. Kind of wish they had just killed him. I really kind of wish they just killed him, and we're going to talk about the next issue in a minute. But he survives. They don't show him surviving. They show him clearly in the cockpit of the Bat 5 seconds before the fucking thing blows up. This bomb is supposed to destroy an entire fucking city. Millions of people are supposed to be dead because of this one bomb. There is no way that us, the audience, can be bullshitted that easily. Not acceptable. It's unacceptable. Like I said, plot holes the Tumbler could drive through, or in this case, the Bat can fucking fly through. Autopilot or not. You know, you guys should have just taken a chance, and maybe Warner Brothers said, no, you can't kill him. We need him for a possible sequel. Maybe Bale will come back. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe we'll do the Batman v Superman and Bale will be it. We got to keep that connected. They got greedy. They should have just fucking killed him. Would have been more poignant. Would have been more heartbreaking. They would have done something that no one else had ever done. Kill the Batman. Give him the ultimate sacrifice. Make it a Jesus allegory. Whatever the fuck you want to do. But don't pretend like we're fucking stupid. It's insulting. We pay lots of money to go see your movies, to be passionate about our characters that we love, that you adapt. Don't fuck with us. We're fans. We are fans. And it's just upsetting when you fuck with us and you think that we're stupid. And we think we'll just take it because, oh, it's Batman. You know what? You want more proof? Rewatch Batman v Superman. There are a lot of Superman fans out there. A lot of Batman fans out there. A lot of Wonder Woman fans. A lot of Lex Luthor fans. A lot of Doomsday fans. You guys are not doing it justice. It sucks. You want more proof? Look at a Marvel film. They give a fuck. They're hiring people that give a fuck. You know what? This is called Rico'S Rants for a fucking reason. Now I'm giving you guys a fucking rant. Okay, so that was stupid and that was unfair. Which, I just realized what this note meant. I had this issue with Gordon because he's commissioner, he's a good cop, he's smart, he's intelligent, he's quick thinking. He also may be one of the worst fucking cops in history, where it took Batman basically to fucking slap him in the face with words and say a really cryptic fucking message by, like, you know, a good man can be anybody, even a cop helping a young boy with, you know, by putting a coat over his shoulders, or whatever the fucking line is. That's a throwback to the first film. Young Bruce Wayne had just seen his parents get murdered. Young Jim Gordon, you know, in the policeman's uniform, says, like, hey, it's okay, you know, it's going to be okay. And he puts his coat around him. Very touching scene. Like it. But you know what? Gordon's a fucking Nimrod if you can't fucking figure out Bruce Wayne is Batman. After all these years. So that's why, when they show that Robin or whatever the fuck, Detective Robin, he knows who Bruce Wayne is. He knows who Batman is. But he knows him just because Bruce Wayne had a look that other orphans happen to have, a same look. Really kind of like convoluted. Yeah, you have the same look that I had when I, it's the orphan angry look. And? What the fuck does that mean? But he's a smart cop for fucking realizing who's the richest fucking guy in Gotham? Bruce Wayne. Who, all this tech could probably be funded through Wayne Enterprises. Bruce Wayne and Batman are never in the fucking same place, together. Blah, blah, blah. So, and also, with that scene with fucking Batman, he's gonna bomb. Ticking away. He could have spared more time. He could have had more of a chance if he just said, hey man, just so you know, in case I die, I'm Bruce Wayne. See ya, bye. Fucking flies off. And then just leave Gordon go, motherfucker! I invited him to dinner, that son of a bitch, anything. But no. He just says, he's like, you gave me a coat once, blah, blah, blah. Flies off. And then he's just like, Bruce Wayne? No shit, it's fucking Bruce Wayne. Are you kidding me? God damn it. If Batman grew up in my fucking neighborhood in Oakland, and Bruce Wayne would do the same exact thing, I would have been like, that guy's clearly fucking Bruce Wayne. It ain't a motherfucker who, earns minimum wage. He ain't saving up. Come on. Alright. Now another bad part. This is gonna be a long video. I'm sorry. This is way too many issues for me to ignore, man. Earlier in the film, Alfred makes basically this long sort of talk about how he wished Bruce Wayne never came back from his earlier travels to Gotham from, wherever the fuck he went, Tibet in Batman Begins. He wished that he had never come back. And every year, he went to Italy on a holiday. Good for you, Alfred, by the way. Fucking take that Wayne money. You fucking deserve that shit. Although at the same time, what the fuck were you doing? Bruce Wayne's not there. You're in an empty house. What the fuck were you cleaning? You can only sweep so many times. So he's just living there by himself, cleaning up after his own mess. He's like, you know what? It's time to go to Italy again. Fuck him. What the fuck? Goes to Italy, goes to the same cafe, has a fucking, fancy fucking drink, sits there, and he says he imagines seeing Bruce Wayne with a wife and a couple kids at a table nearby. They look at each other, they don't talk to each other, but they acknowledge each other, and then that's it. Like, he feels happy knowing that Bruce Wayne was out there and happy. Okay. That's a good scene, but the ending of this film shows him going to Italy, and as it's going on, you're just like, oh, fuck you. And that was my reaction. I was like, oh, god damn it. You should have just let him die. And sure enough, he's sitting at the cafe, gets his fucking fancy, I think it's Fernet, gets a fucking Fernet, and he looks at someone and smiles and hello. And it shows Bruce Wayne sitting at a table across from him, like way down yonder, with Catwoman, not in Catwoman garb. She's wearing the fucking pearls that his mother had. They're kind of touching. They both acknowledge each other. Then Alfred gets up, smiles, satisfied, walks away. End of movie. Okay. Bruce Wayne's supposed to be dead. Bruce Wayne is, at one point, billionaire, one of the most well-known guys in the world. You would imagine Wayne Industries is global. It'd be like seeing a senator. It'd be like seeing an actor. It'd be like seeing a president. It'd be like seeing Christian Bale. in Italy. There is absolutely no fucking way he would sit at a cafe for the sole purpose to be like, you know what? Alfred told me about this cafe this one time. Didn't specify the restaurant name, by the way. I'm going to go be like, you know what? I'm going to give him that little fucking, that thing that he wants. To see me happy, see me with someone, and I'm happy, and I'm going to live out my days. First of all, that's fucking touching, but also doesn't make sense. He also still doesn't have any fucking money. All that money. He doesn't have any money. How the fuck did he smuggle himself into Italy? How the fuck can he even afford a coffee in Italy? Italy's expensive. I've been to Italy, man. The euro is crazy there. So that means unless he got a job, he had to rely on Selena fucking pickpocketing Italians or tourists just for the sole purpose for him to be like, okay, we have to, you gotta imagine she's kind of getting annoyed. She's like, dude, we go to the same cafe every fucking day. Can we go see the Colosseum? Can we go somewhere else? Can we go to Paris? Will you take me to fucking Paris, Bruce? And he's like, no. We have to go to this cafe until the off chance Alfred shows up. Bear in mind, that is an ultimate dick fucking move because Alfred thinks Bruce is dead. There's a real heartbreaking scene where there's a funeral for Bruce Wayne. And Alfred is sobbing uncontrollably. And he's talking to Thomas and Martha Wayne's gravestones and saying, I failed you. I did what I could. I failed you. He's gone. And he's just distraught. You know what? If I was Alfred and I saw Bruce Wayne, I would have gone over there and bitch slapped him. I'd been like, you know what, dude? I took a lot of fucking pills, man. I was in distraught. I thought you were dead. I mourned you, you motherfucker. I would have made a whole big fucking scene. I would have been like, could you have sent me a fucking text, an email, a tweet, anything? Just be like, by the way, I'm alive. Don't worry. Alfred, please don't kill yourself. I swear, it's fine. But no. You know why? Because the writers and the director and the stars and the editors and everyone took logic, crumpled it up, and threw it the fuck out the window. Because, they want a good Will Hunting moment. They want a good touching scene. They want a nice throwback. But you know what? Throwbacks, homages, touching scenes, good feelings and everything don't fucking matter if you think that we're fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I get passionate about this shit. It sucks because I did enjoy the movie. But the problem is this could have been an amazing film. This could have been better than The Dark Knight if they just not assumed that we were fucking stupid. So, will I watch it again? Yeah. But I will not enjoy all of this bullshit. I love Tom Hardy's Bane. I love the voice. I love the veracity and the fact that he's not a tall man, but he's fucking bulked up. I like the breathing apparatus. I thought that was a nice twist. He didn't have the fucking, whatever the fuck, the Mucha Lupa fucking mask or whatever, the wrestling mask. I thought it was different. I thought it was unique. I thought it was awesome. Bale's fine in this. The majority of the cast is fine in this. But I don't like that they fucking insulted our intelligence. We deserve better. We deserve more love than what they threw at this. They rushed this fucking movie. And it's not like they really rushed it out too much. This movie came out in, I think, 2012. They had 4 years to plan this out. They could have done better. It gave me a headache writing all these fucking things down because I was like, I spent $10.50 or something to go see this movie and I had a great time, but then once the booze wore off and the logic stuck in and I rewatch it again. I was like, no, no, this is not worth rewatching for a while. I am glad I rewatched it. I'm glad that I actually had a actual Rico's Rant. Normally it's like, oh yeah, the movie's pretty good. This, it gets a 3-star rating from me, man. It's just insulting that they tried to get away with this bullshit. But once again, I'm a Batman fan. Love you all. What did you think? Did you guys please tell me that you agreed with me? If you didn't, then you're fucking, Christopher Nolan or Jonathan Nolan. Those are the motherfuckers who don't agree with me, probably. But you know what? I'm not a filmmaker. I don't know the process. But I also know if there's a really good thing that you can do as a writer. If you've caught up and you know where the story's going, the audience is caught up and knows where the story's going. We're not stupid. You should have done better. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video. Love you all to death. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And take care guys. Bye.